It's a beautiful morning. Today we're going to do a small poem on my story is different. So your story is different. My story is different, and so your story is different. My story is not your story. My steps are definitely not your steps. My story is made of shades of gray to white to black, even blue. It is seasons with accidents. I don't know yours because my story is different. It is an anatomy of painful memories. Your story might have different memories. That is why your story is different from my story. My story might have meadows of sunshine. It might have suns reflecting on dew. My story is true. I don't know whether your story is true because my story is not your story. My story is different. My story is rocked with honesty. Underneath, it might have pure deception. It might have facets which are visible clearly through a mirror because my story is different. My story is not your story. You see, my shoes may not have been laced because my story is adaptable. It has a stability that can withstand a storm because my story is not your story. In a fiery fiercest of fires, my story has withstood. It is purely refined gold. I don't know, is your story refined? Has it been washed over and over again? Because my story is not your story. My story is different. My story has rays of hope that are characterized by faith. It has been a mustard seed faith that has made a footstool. My story is made of joy that is hoping for tomorrow. My story have been schooled with patience and persistence and resistance. I don't know about your story. Does your story dared to collide with humility? Does it have a deep desire for kindness? Because my story is not your story. My story is different. My story might have full of tears. Your story could have full of smiles because my story has been cleansed with a gleam of smiles. My story is definitely not your story. Can you write your story? Can you tell it out? Can you say it out precisely and honestly? And let us be true and be sure because my story is not your story. My story is different. My story is my story. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lucita. My story is not your story. My story is so different, which is so true. We all have different stories. Now, before I introduce our speaker of today, I'm just going to let you know that this is Power Monday. We do this every Monday, the same time, Kenyan time, unless it is a holiday in Kenya. But every Monday, if you come here, same time, same link, you will get us here building each other. In Power Monday, we believe that everyone is a leader. You are a leader, first of all, to yourself before you go to be a leader out there to the community. So come, let us build each other. So the speaker of today is none other than Isabella Mumbi Maina. She is a filmmaker, digital content creator, trainer, and the founder of Dive Production. Now, Isabella Mumbi Maina is a Kenyan filmmaker, digital content creator, and trainer. She is a producer, director, and writer, specializing in documentaries, feature films, corporate videos, and digital content creation and training for social media platforms. Isabella has credentials in social media, digital landscape, and entrepreneurship from Honoris University, She Academy, ABSA Kenya, and Yunus Environment Hub, UNITA, Sunlight, and ABSA Bank Women Empowerment Program, in addition to filmmaking. Now, her roles and achievements. In 2023, Honoris 21st Century Soft Skills Certificate, Honoris University. In 2022, she was among the top 6 She Academy, that is for ABSA Kenya and UNAS Environment Hub. In 2022, she was the second runners-up Writers Cafe. In 2021, she was the first runners-up Film Challenge. In 2021, She was a jury member, 4th Kalasha International Film and TV Market. In 2020, she was a jury member, Stimulus Package Incentive to the Creative Industry film during the period of the COVID-19. In 2014, she was an advisory board member, the Broadcast Film and Music Africa Conference. I've just realized that if I continue reading, we will spend almost the whole of the session reading about none other than our speaker today. So guys, I know you are looking forward just the way I'm looking forward in this era of social media. So help me welcome our speaker of today, Mrs. or Ms. Isabella Mumbi Maina. Karibu sana.
Thank you so much for that introduction. And thank you so much even for the poem. The poem resonates with what I'm going to talk about today, storytelling. What we do on social media is actually storytelling. We tell the stories of our brands, we tell the stories of who we are and what we do. So I'm so grateful and I'm so happy to be here today. I hope I am audible to everybody. Am I?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Great. So Paul, do I share the presentation from my end or you're able to do it from your end?
You can try to share it from your end, then we check how it appears. Otherwise, I am ready on this side, I can share it. As you try that, maybe I can say a quote on social media that social media can provide a conversational extension to a B2B company's nurturing programs. Social media gives us the opportunity to humanize our communications and to make our companies more approachable. That is by somebody called Adath Albi, CEO of marketinginteractions.com. Yes. Good.
All right, so
it's fine. It's
okay,
looking great. It's looking
so
great.
we are ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, so today I just want us to look, you know what, let me first share why I'm very passionate about sharing about this, utilizing your social media platforms is because I've been on social media for very many years and I was busy, you know, managing people's platforms and creating content for people and promoting people's brands. And the thing is, I would use my personal platforms to also promote other people's products. What I did not realize is the power that my platforms carried. So at the point when I discovered the power that my platforms carry is at the point where I decided I'm going to focus a little bit more, pay attention to my platforms. If I'm on Facebook, pay attention to Facebook. If I'm on LinkedIn, if I'm on Twitter, if I'm on Instagram, pay attention to them. And when I began paying attention to my platforms, I started working for me. So that's what I want us to enlighten ourselves this morning, how you can utilize your platform. I believe you're here and you have a social media platform, whichever platform you are on, even WhatsApp, it's a social media platform. So all of us are on social media. So I want us to look into why or how we can utilize our social media platforms to grow ourselves, to grow our brands, all right? So what you're going to cover today is I'm going to do a brief introduction and just lay a map or a picture of where the digital landscape is now and why you should pay attention to the digital landscape and more so to your social media accounts. I'm going to share the story of Zoom. I'm going to talk about the importance of artificial intelligence. In this day and age, we cannot ignore artificial intelligence at all. We need to think through why is there a buzz about artificial intelligence? And then I'll give you an action plan. The action plan would be something that you do right now. Like once we finish this presentation, what can you do? What can you start doing to become more useful or to be an asset to yourself through your social media platforms? That's our action plan. I'll give you a formula to work with, and then I will finish by, you know, us reflecting on why we should become assets and not liabilities with our social media platforms, all right? So why should you bank on your social media platforms? Number one, the world is aligning to the digital landscape. Every every leader, every government, corporations, people are now paying more attention to social media more than ever. According to the World Economic Forum, the governments of the world and the leaders have been tasked to make sure there's internet in every corner of the world by 2030. What does that mean? It means that everything will be digital, or most of the things will be automated. If in marginalized communities we will have internet, if in the village, every corner of the village there's going to be internet, then we cannot ignore our digital presence at this point. We need to be very alert about it. And then the other reason why you should bank on your social media platforms is because people are making business sense out of their content. It's social media. Social media means social. Maybe before 2020, or when we joined social media, it was maybe to connect with high school friends or high school people, colleagues. It was mainly to, post nice pictures, to just be social. But now, social media is now social business. It is now people are doing more business. And, of course, there's the connection part, there's a social part, but there's also the business aspect. And we're going to focus a lot more on that today. And then let's have, the other reason is platforms are opening up more features. The more this digital message is going out, the more platforms are also adding more features to help us to be able to leverage on the business side of social media. That means platforms like Facebook. Facebook has now opened up what we call the professional mode. If, for example, you have a personal profile, previously, a personal profile did not have the professional mode, but as of 2021, the professional mode was activated. So even today, if you don't have that, if you've not activated your professional mode on Facebook, now you can, because previously it was if you had a page, if you had a group, or maybe let's say if you had a page, you were able to activate the professional mode. But now even that personal profile you have, that individual profile that you have with your name, you can go professional. This means that you're able to reach more people. This means you're able to monetize your content. This means you're able to boost your content. This means you're able to put advertisements. That's very good. If you look at features like Instagram Shop, if you're selling products and you have an array of features to work with, an Instagram Shop, you have the Facebook Marketplace. Are you utilizing these features? If you go on LinkedIn, we have what we call the creator mode. All these are features that the platforms are opening up for us so that we can be able to leverage on these platforms and to get the most out of this, all right? And then this is an opportunity for you to create multiple streams of income. People are making money on social media using their platforms. There is no magic to this. And anybody, including you who feels you may not understand how the social media platform works, you who is afraid, maybe you have imposter syndrome, you're wondering, how do I post? How do I create videos? Everybody has the potential to gain, everybody has potential to make money through social media. And I'm going to show you how. And then it's a space for you to create your own opportunities. Besides you making that, making money, you can also create your own opportunities. So there are opportunities presented by your social platforms, but there are also opportunities you can create for yourself, and I'm going to show you how. So maybe you've been on social media, and maybe you're on social media right now, but you have not seen these opportunities, or maybe you've not started making money and you're wondering, okay, so how come I am not making money? How come I'm not getting these opportunities? How come I'm seeing the people I'm following, I'm seeing them growing every day, developing every day? How come I'm the one always paying to access people's content? How come? So let us look at possible reasons as to why you're not making money or getting opportunities as yet. Number one, brand positioning. How you position your personal and business brand on social media is very, very key. If you look at the big brands that you admire and you follow and you enjoy on social media, some of this, not some of, all these big brands you see, they have experts behind those brands. They have social media managers, they have teams working on these brands, and these are experts. They have the pulse of social media on their tips. So you who doesn't have a team, you who, you're the one who manages your own content, you manage your own social media pages, this forum is for you. So don't worry if you don't have a team, if you don't have experts working for you and all those things. Don't worry. By the end of the forum today, we are going to see how you can start, utilizing you as an individual. You can still use whatever you have to make your platforms work for you. So number one, brand positioning. How you position your brand is very important. How you communicate your brand is very important. Where you position your brand is very important. How you give your brand competitive advantage is very, very important. Another reason why you may not be getting opportunities as yet is failure to acknowledge followers as key partners and equal stakeholders. The followers you have, whether you have 200 followers or whether you have 1,000 followers, whether you have 10,000 followers or 1,000,000 followers, your followers are key partners. The question is, do you know how to leverage these key partners? Let me give you an example. Followers are like visitors coming to your home. These visitors come carrying good things. They come carrying, shopping. They come carrying stuff. So your followers, they have connections. Your followers have the money. Your followers have the networks. But if you don't acknowledge them as key partners, they are still carrying that load of goodies they've brought to your platform. So don't look at your followers as just people following you. Don't look at them as numbers. Look at them as assets. So ask yourself, how do I utilize my followers to create opportunities for myself and to make money for myself? Then neglecting to connect with your followers and customers. Posting on social media is one thing, promoting your products is one thing, but connecting with people is another thing. Now, social media requires you to invest your time, it requires you to invest your resources. And because connection means you spend quite of time getting to know them, caring about them, seeking feedback, getting to know whether your offering is serving them. You need to connect with people. So don't just post and walk away and feel frustrated that people are not connecting with you. You need to connect with them, all right? Then the other possible reason you're not leveraging on opportunities is attending online forums and living without connecting with others. Many of us are guilty of this. If you come to an online forum like this one, before you leave this forum, sometimes we have forums where they encourage people to share their handles, maybe their social media handles, to share their websites, to share their jobs, or to share their what they do, to share their emails. When you have an opportunity where people share their emails, they share their social media handles, they share what they do, take time to connect. Take time to note down 1 or 2 or 5 of these contacts. Never leave a webinar or a workshop or a live without connecting with somebody. Imagine how many opportunities you have missed because you go for an online event, whether it's an IG live, whether it's a workshop, whether it's a forum like this morning, and you don't even connect with anybody. You are on WhatsApp with professionals like the Power Monday. You are on WhatsApp with entrepreneurs, but you've never connected with anybody. You're doing yourself a disservice. So from today, determine to connect with at least every week, even if it's 1 person, 2 people, 5 people. Connect. You never know where this is going to lead you, and you'll be surprised at how much you're going to earn from that. And then being active on people's profiles and platforms and dormant on yours. There are people who they wake up in the morning and the first thing they do, they want to check different blogs, they want to check their favorite influencers, and yet you've not even posted anything on your social media platform. So you don't have anything working for you, but you're busy on other people's platforms. That is why you're not getting the opportunities you deserve. The second last one is absence of or not updating your profile, photo, bio, and banner. Now, when you maybe you had your profile, you put your profile in 2017, or your bio or your banner, you put it on 2017. You have grown over time. You have become better. You have changed jobs. You have grown into business. Why don't you update that information? Because the truth is, every day, somebody is looking at your profile to make a decision whether to partner with you, to work with you, whether to put their money into your product. So when they see old stuff, when they see there's no updates, then you're losing out on opportunities, even without knowing that you're losing out on opportunities. And then not exploiting features, tools, and options available within various platforms. Are you on LinkedIn? Do you know the features available on LinkedIn? Are you on Facebook? Do you know that Facebook has over 20 features? So if you're on Facebook, maybe you're selling, you have products you sell or a service, and Facebook has given you over 20 features to work with. If you're not utilizing, if you're not utilizing these services or these features, then you're doing a disservice to your presence online. You could be utilizing because you only know for features, maybe to upload a video, to upload content, to like, to share, to subscribe. Those few, the basics. You need to go beyond the basics for you to make the best for yourself and to gain a competitive advantage. Are we together?
Yes,
Yes,
we are.
we are together. Thank you very
All
much.
right.
Go on.
Thank you. Now, let's do a bit of reality check. And this is the truth. Today, social media is no longer the social media we knew before 2020. 2020 changed the landscape completely. So social media has become an acceptable gauge for employers, employees, investors, partners, and followers. So employers are going on social media to check you out before they make a decision whether to employ you or not. Even right now, maybe they want to see how you are or you behave on social media. Employees are also, checking you out, or even potential employees, before they decide whether they want to come and work for your company, organization, they check you out. Investors, I remember last year some investors were giving an overview of what they look out for before they make their final decision. And guess what? The final thing they look at before they make their final decision, they come to your social media page or your profile. So if an investor hinges his or her decision on your social media presence before they decide to give you that funding, then it means we need to pay more attention to our social media presence. Partners and followers, people are always checking us out on social media. The question is your presence accurate? Are you representing or misrepresenting yourself with your social media presence? All right. Many are losing out on opportunities because of your presence. What you put out matters a lot. So from today, don't just put out things because you need to put out stuff on social media. You need to know that people are watching, decision makers are watching. So if you're in it for business, if you're on social media for social purposes, it's okay. You can post what you want. If you want to post your beach photos, it is okay. But if you're on social media and you want to look at it from a business perspective, then what you put out matters a lot. Then the gap for free access is closing in by the day. If you notice there's a gap for free trial, like you have a 21-day free trial, 30-day free trial. If you notice, and if you've been on social media for a very long time, this gap is closing in very, very, very fast, meaning people want to do business on social media. This gap for free access is closing in by the day. The question is, will you get to that place where you'll be paying to access content, you'll be paying to access services online, and nobody is paying for your content and nobody is paying for your services? You need to think about that today. So position yourself in a way that if you're going to pay somebody, then somebody else should be paying for your content, should be paying for your services. Position yourself. And then another reality check is somebody profits each time you log in. If this morning you have gone on social media, if you have logged in this morning, somebody has made money just by you logging in, because of the way the algorithm is set up, because people make money from your subscriptions, people make money from your engagement. So if you have engaged this morning, if you have logged in, somebody has made money. The question is, have you made money from your own content? If somebody logs in today, will you make money? All right. Now, did you know that your favorite influencers, content creators, are big on getting people to follow them and engage with their content, yet they rarely do the same for their followers? Did you know that? If you look at your favorite content creators, they tell you subscribe, follow, do all those things. So they have 100,000 subscribers, they have 1 million subscribers, but they don't follow you. So they are in for business. They are after your attention. They are after your money. They are after your connection. And then the people they follow their likes. They follow content creators. they follow collaborators, they follow their brand partners. So you who is always following all these people, ask yourself, who is following me and making money for me? Then how do people earn from content creation? I just want to show you how, in a brief, there are so many ways people earn from content creation, but I'm just going to give you a brief. Number one, when you create content, eventually this content brings you money. Have you seen people saying, I created this video 4 years ago, now it's earning me, it has earned me this amount of money. If you had not created that video, if you had not put out that blog, if you had not put out that post, if you didn't have a presence on social media, you'd not be making money. So creating content gives you money. Promoting that content, whether you talk about it, whether you boost that content, whether you put an advert on that content, it brings you money. When followers engage, if you find people liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing your content, that eventually brings you money. How do people do this? They will go maybe to a brand partner or a sponsor and say, I have this number of followers and I have an engagement of 1,000 people every day on my platform. So how much money, if you put in this amount of money in my platform, if you put your product, if you promote your product on my platform, then you're going to get this visibility, this long visibility, or this range of visibility because of my followers. That's how people make money. When people grow their following, that equals to money. When people, and then when you follow somebody and then you buy their products, you buy their services, that is money. So they earn from you subscribing, they earn from you following them, they earn from your engagement, and then you buy their products. And then they develop more online products, because you see what happens is if you leverage on one opportunity, it opens you up to many more opportunities. So they create more products, which you continuously buy, and that means more money for them. And then have you seen content creators growing businesses offline? So they started online, they started promoting content and creating content online. And then eventually they started building companies offline. So they have a shop offline, they have maybe a restaurant offline, and they began online. So they have, so there's immense opportunities on social media, but you have to know how to leverage. So you can see how one person makes so much money from you as a follower. The question is, are you deliberate about how you want to earn through your followers, through the products you put out, all right? Then the opportunities you have, your presence, how you put out content, how you present yourself, what kind of content you put out matters a lot. So you're the first point of opportunity yourself. The connections on social media, the collaborations, we have new markets, greater reach. The opportunities are endless on social media. So the more you work out your social media presence, the more opportunities present for you. I'll give you a story of Chapati Mistress. Now, Chapati Mistress is a lady who you probably heard about her. She wanted to fend for her children, and what she had in her hands was making chapatis. So one day she made chapatis, and she took a photo of the chapatis and she posted on social media, and she put the chapatis on social media. And then she got an inquiry. Somebody said, can you prepare chapatis and drop off at my house? And she said yes. So she began. At first it was very difficult. Cooking chapatis and doing deliveries in people's houses was very difficult. But the more she did, and the more she continued posting these chapatis online, she was making white and brown chapatis. Today, Chapati Mistress is a household name. She is an empire. She's not only making chapatis, she's now doing wheat products. She's now doing all manner. She's now introduced more products of the wheat. So mandazis, samosas, more diverse ranges of chapatis. She's being interviewed on mainstream media. She's doing training. Can you see how there were so many opportunities, but these opportunities just came as a result of her posting her chapatis on social media. So opportunities are many. Because of time, I'm going to skip the story of Zoom. If we have extra time, then I'll come back to it. But let's just focus on something else now. So what makes a successful social media presence? Number one, you have to emotionally connect with your audience. This means that if you connect emotionally with your audience, you can get anything from them. They will buy whatever you sell. They will get into your plugs. They will do whatever you tell them to do. Have you had people saying, I'm an online auntie, you know, or have you had people say Premier Gang? Because they've connected with that person. So they feel they are part of their content. They feel they're part of their lives. So anything, if they say Premier Gang, we meet at 3 p.m., they are there because they become loyal. You feel like you're part of this. You are there and this baby was born, you've looked at the milestone. So you say, I am an online auntie. That's an emotional connection. Even so, even with business, connecting with your customers, eventually you will get them to buy whatever you sell on social media. The other one is engagement. Don't post and go away. Engage with people, get feedback, get to know that your product and offering is working for them, get to know if what you're doing is serving them, what pain points are you solving for them, those who are online, those who are following you, and then understand the terrain. It is unfortunate if you're on Instagram, you don't know how Instagram works. If you're on TikTok, understand how TikTok works. If you are on LinkedIn, understand how LinkedIn works, because those who understand the terrain have an upper hand over those who do not. So the opportunities will come to those who understand how the terrain works. And then creating and delivering value. Ask yourself, what is my value proposition to my followers? That's what you call creating value. That's what you call giving value. Does my offering offer convenience? Does my offering save time for my followers? Does my offering is, like, for example, for example, I am teaching you things that you don't have to now go and research and sit down for hours. I've already compressed for you. So my value proposition to you is simplicity. My value proposition to you is it's making it easy for you. Whatever was difficult to understand about how social media works and how people make money, I have made it easy for you. So that's my value proposition to you. So the question is, whatever you're putting out on social media, how does it make the lives of your followers or your customers easy and bearable and better? All right. And then hook your audience. Always give some people something to look forward to. And that's what we call story. That's why I said the poem that was read earlier resonates with the presentation, because telling our stories, our lives are dynamic. And so telling the stories of our lives and telling the stories of our brands is interesting. So learn that's what we call the story, mastering the art of storytelling, where you hook your audience, you're giving your audience something to look forward to, all right? Let's go to, I want us to ponder on some questions at this point. We have looked at a lot of things. Now, just let's think through. How well are you utilizing the tools and the features available in your respective social media platforms? That is called terrain. So today, after we finish this session, ask yourself, if you're on Facebook, are you utilizing the Facebook marketplace? Are you utilizing, are you on Facebook, the business platform, the meta business? Are you utilizing your presence? If you're in groups, don't be a silent follower in groups. Let your authority be felt. If people are contributing on a certain topic, if you're in a group for insurance people, don't just be that in that group. There's something you can contribute to insurance matters concerned. If you're in a group for doctors, contribute. If you're in a group for writers, contribute. That's how your presence is felt. The other question is, what are you doing to stay ahead in your niche? So if you are selling beauty products, there are so many people selling beauty products, but you must ask yourself, how am I different? What gives me a competitive advantage over the many people who are selling beauty products? What value are you getting from other people's profiles, pages, groups? There's something that you get every time. That's why sometimes automatically you have to visit so-and-so's page, you have to visit so-and-so's profile, you have to go into this organization's page, because there's something you keep getting when you get into that. Maybe it's entertainment, maybe it's information, maybe it's news, maybe it's updates, and you don't want to miss. So every day you make sure you pass by their pages, you pass by that YouTube channel. The question is, do people have something to look forward to when they come to your page? Are you giving people that value that they'll long for? I want to come to Paul's page. I want to come to Karen's page. I want to see what did Paul post today. Give people that. It's what you call value proposition. The value you create and the value you deliver to your followers. Okay. I want to talk briefly about artificial intelligence. Like I said at the beginning, this is something we cannot ignore at all because it is coming closer home very, very fast. If you're an entrepreneur, if you are a professional and you're growing your career, developing your career, artificial intelligence is one thing we cannot overlook. So if you see this information and you're taking attention, get to know, how do I position myself? How do I position my brand to this new awakening? Because it's coming home very, very fast. Why should you pay attention to the artificial intelligence? Because those who do will have an added advantage over those who don't pay attention to emerging technologies. One day you will wake up and wonder, okay, what has happened? Because those who've been paying attention have been positioning themselves. So you will find jobs are going to be replaced very fast. I don't know if your job is going to be replaced, but the good thing and the good news is, as people's jobs are being replaced, more opportunities are also going to be created by artificial intelligence. I'm going to give an example. For example, if a machine, maybe there's an automation of a machine or a robot is doing your job, maybe a robot has been brought maybe to your place of work and it's not doing your job, but you still need human skill or human talent to maintain or to manage that robot. So on one hand, there are people who have lost their jobs because now the robot is doing their job. On the other hand, there are people who are going to be employed because they need to maintain this robot. Who are going to be employed? Those who understand artificial intelligence. Who are going to lose their jobs? Those who don't pay attention to artificial intelligence. Why should you pay attention to artificial intelligence? It's a handy assistant in brainstorming ideas. Gone are the days when you have to drink 20 cups of coffee to brainstorm to an idea. Maybe you're thinking that maybe you're thinking about an idea and you have to take 20 cups of coffee, or you have to sit under a tree, or you have to take a road trip to think through an idea. No, you just need to sit in front of your phone or your computer. Artificial intelligence will give you will help you, will sit down with you, and it will help you, like think through and brainstorm ideas. So it is making our lives very, very easy and manageable. So it will save your time in terms of working on projects, hiring talent. It will enhance your creativity. It's a handy research tool, and it will give you competitive advantage. Now, let me give a caution. When you're using artificial intelligence, don't copy paste everything. You need to maintain your authenticity and you need to maintain your creativity. Don't lose that in the process, okay? So after this forum, after this session, what can we do immediately? What is that we can now start being alert to the digital landscape, being alert to our social media platforms? What can we do to start leveraging on the opportunities available? What can we do immediately after this to start making money out of what we are doing? Number one, look at your profile photo. Does it represent you adequately, or does it represent your business well? You need to update your profile photo, bio, and banner if need be. If they're not updated, especially if you're on LinkedIn, update your banner. Make sure there's a good banner with your business or your company or your career mantra. Make sure it's something that's professionally done. And then, and now we have free sites where you can just log in and create a good graphic design for your brand. So anybody can be able to do this. So if your profile photo has been there since 2017 and it is a faded one, it's not even clear, please, you need to change it.
Interest, 37,000.
Someone is making noise. We will disallow. Go on, Isabel.
Okay. The other action step you can take right now, you can take this week, you can take in the course of tomorrow, is start thinking how to capitalize on your followers. Have you seen on social media people saying, thank you for 500 followers, thank you for 8,000 followers, thank you for 50K? I'm sure this phrase sounds very familiar. People even go to a photo studio to do a photo shoot. So they can say, thank you for 500 followers, thank you for, but the question is, do you understand the power of your followers? Like I've said, one of your key partners on social media is you have across your social media platforms, whether it is WhatsApp. Look at how many followers you yourself. How can I leverage on the power of that? So do immediately is invest time to connect and engage with your followers and customers. I've explained that. So this is where the magic is. Connecting with people, going to their DM, saying thank you for being, consuming our products. Thank you for consuming my content. I really appreciate. What more would you like me to, to prepare? What kind of content would you like to see in the future? When people like to have a sense of belonging. So when you give them that sense of belonging, they connect even more, and you'll be so surprised. These followers become your ambassadors. They're the ones who will promote your product. They will buy from you. They will give you referral business. So you cannot underestimate the power of your followers. Take time to connect and engage with them. Then commit to connect with 2 to 5 people each time you attend an online forum. I cannot emphasize this more. We've already lost out on opportunities before because we've attended so many forums. In the morning, we are attending an online forum. In the evening, we have so many online forums we attend during the day. So if somebody puts up a website, if somebody puts up a contact, if somebody puts up a social media handle, at least connect with 2 people, connect with 5 people. You'll be so surprised what this relationship will lead to. You will be so surprised. Maybe that client you've been looking for years is in that connection. That maybe ambassador you've been looking for your products is in that connection. You'll be so surprised. So from today, anytime you go for an online event, just be very keen and see who has posted what. If somebody has said, let's connect with that person. And then take on the professional modes for greater visibility and content monetization. Some of you are doing business on social media, but you have the personal accounts activated. Yet your platform affords you the professional mode option. So today you can go and just activate the professional mode option. You will be so surprised how even the platform itself promotes your products, all right? And then create content and develop products from your skills, knowledge, and experiences. Some of you are very skillful. You have knowledge, you have a lot of research materials you've piled up for the last 10 years, the last 15 years, the last 5 years. You have accumulated so much. So what are you doing with this thing? If you need help to package this, seek help, but don't let that information in your head to remain in your head. Don't let those PowerPoint presentations remain in your computer. Don't let those things you've been scribbling on your book remain in your book. You can convert them to content. They can be posts, they can be books, they can be blogs, they can be YouTube videos. They can be tweets. Some of you are very intelligent, but you're intelligent within your own space. Share your intelligence with the world, and you'll be so surprised at what comes back to you. And then actionize your ideas. Be bold and deliberate about your visibility on social media. This is not the era of saying, oh, I am afraid, oh, I'm not so sure. Revelation 21 verses 8 says, cowards have been put in the same categories as murderers, as sorcerers, as liars. Can you imagine cowards? So don't be a coward. Don't be a coward. Where social media is concerned, be bold, promote your content. If you're not comfortable doing videos, you can do other things. You can even still do videos, but using graphics. You can just use your voice. You can just you can post on LinkedIn, just write something. There's so much you can do, but just be bold. Leave imposter syndrome aside, or even if you have imposter syndrome, you're not sure how to move around, just do it. You will gain courage along the way. And then utilize your time wisely. Stop binging on social media during your productive hours. Remember, where you're binging, they're making money. So if you're not making money with your content, then ask yourself whether you're doing yourself a service or a disservice. And then support from the Power Monday community. Imagine if we subscribe to each other's channels, if we follow each other, if we engage on each other's content. The Power Monday family is enough to move us from one step to another. So don't underestimate the power you have within ourselves. Then another action step you can take, supposing you have a social media platform already, you have been on social media and you just want to see where you are at now, doing a social media brand audit is very important for you to know this is where I am at, and this is where I want to go. How do I get there? Because of time, I will not explain so much about it, but you can consult with me later if you want to. Then I want to give you a formula to work with. Number one, communicate your brand. Don't assume people know what you're about. Don't assume people understand your offering. Consistently communicate the brand. Storytelling, and that's why I'm saying that the poem really resonates. Telling your story, when you consistently tell your story, it resonates in people's minds. People will remember. When the time comes for them to want to work with your product, they will remember you because you constantly kept telling the story of your brand. You constantly kept selling your products and services. So communicate. Connect. I cannot emphasize enough about connecting. Engage with people. And when you do these three things, you will definitely generate an income. Finally, I want to tell you this. When you wake up in the morning, you can either decide to be an asset to yourself or a liability with your social media engagement. Being an asset to yourself is putting out content, promoting your content, leveraging on your followers, and earning money. Being a liability is waking up and the first thing you do is going through people's content, going through people's pages, going through people's profiles, and there's nothing in your own corner. So look out for yourself first before you promote other people. I'll give you an example. If you work in Upper Hill and you live in Westlands, chances are you're going to leave your house and drive to Upper Hill. I don't think you will start going to Kiambu Road to visit a friend. I don't think you're going to go to Thika Road to visit somebody's business. I believe if you're going to work, you will go straight from Westlands to Upper Hill, unless what you're doing in between is work related. So it is with social media. Why do you wake up and you start visiting everybody's profile and everybody's page, but you have not even put content in your own space? I said to share with you today. I hope they've been helpful to you, but whatever you do, leverage on your social media presence. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was so insightful. So I'd welcome Antonia. Kindly just help us with the questions in the chat. Mm-hmm. That was so insightful. With this social media era, I mean, you can make money from anything and any content. Trust you me. I'm also working on that. Antonia.
Yes, I can hear you. Good morning, all.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for such an insightful session. We are really empowered. Yeah, there is a question on the chat session, and the first one is it true that content created by ChatGPT will reduce your SEO ranking and ability to be found quickly?
Yeah, what happens is right now everybody's alert. Everybody's alert to what ChatGPT is doing, okay? I did a video on ChatGPT. You can check out my YouTube channel. And I said, in that video, I said, it's important for you to use ChatGPT. And ChatGPT will help you to. So use ChatGPT to brainstorm ideas, use it for research, but don't copy paste everything. You know, ChatGPT can give you everything. It can give you a research paper, it can give you a book, it can give you anything you ask for. So what you do, because you're clever, take that information that ChatGPT gives you, sit down with that information, customize it. Because right now the search engines are alert. They are now alert. They want to see if you've copied any information, they want to ban because it's a threat. ChatGPT is a threat to search engines. ChatGPT is a threat to many programs. So they are quite alert. So you're right. So what you do, go to ChatGPT, do your research, do your whatever information you want to, then take that information, sit down, customize it. Don't copy paste. If you copy paste, then you might be detected. Yeah, but it's a handy tool. Use ChatGPT. I highly recommend it. Don't drink 20 cups of coffee trying to look for ideas. Just go to ChatGPT, does for you the work, then now customize it. Yeah, it can even write for you an email, but you need to customize it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Any other question?
Any other question on the chat, Antonia?
Yeah, I can see people who are really appreciating the session. And there is one who wants to know whether they can get more training on this, especially use of videos. That is from Christine.
Yes, I offer training. I offer training on this because this is what I usually say. When it comes to social media, sometimes you need somebody who can hold your hand and work on your personal brand. Now, people, yes, you can go and read, and you can take a course on social media, but it's different when you have somebody who is working on your brand. So, for example, if you come to me, we work on your brand together. So I'm not just telling you these things, but we are now customizing what I've told you in relation to your brand. And with every session, we must see a change. So we lay our objectives and say, this is what we want to achieve. So what do you want to achieve? This is what we want to achieve. So I tailor make the session or the training to suit your objectives. And then every time we meet, we work on your brand. So it's not just theory. It's not just a general session on social media. No, it is custom made to your personal brand, to your offering, and to your product. So yes, I do that. Yes, I do that. And we see results as we go along.
Thank you so much, Isabella. The next one is, does LinkedIn Professional cost money?
We have, LinkedIn has the premium. It has the premium side. But even without the premium side, you can still make the most out of the normal LinkedIn. Yeah. So LinkedIn has two sides. It has the premium where you pay, for example, to see insights and all those things. But it also has the other free side. Now, this is one tip I'm going to tell you. If you're on LinkedIn, if you maybe after this, if you're on LinkedIn, under we go to your profile, under resources, you will see a tab written creator mode. Activate that mode. It will do wonders for you. You will see the difference between the old LinkedIn and the new LinkedIn, because the creator mode affords you more features to work with. So if you're on old LinkedIn, after this session, go to your profile. There's under resources, there's something called creator mode. Activate it and you will see your LinkedIn will just change in a flash. Yeah, that's a tip I've given you. So you can do that immediately after this.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
There's another question about SEO. Please say something about SEO.
Before I say something about SEO, do you have content out? Have you activated the professional mode? Because the search engine, you have to give it something to work with, and you have to be in the right mode for it to be able to work for you. So for you to rank higher than your competitors, for the search engine to be able to activate and to promote, the algorithm to work across for your product. Number one, you have to be in the right platform. Number two, you have to put out the right content. Number three, you have to be consistent also with the putting out content. And then number four, you have to be in the right mode. So you could be in the professional mode and you're wondering why the search engine is not working for you, your personal mode. So sometimes, and it changes, these things are so dynamic. So we have to still keep changing every day with whatever we do. So whoever's asked that question, I'd like to know whether they're putting out content, what kind of content, and which platforms they are on. Yeah.
Okay,
thank you very much. Somebody had complained about the volume. Kindly place on the chat session whether it's okay now. And somebody else wanted also to know about the chat GPT. I don't know whether it's what had been answered. Maybe you can mention something about that.
I think the question was the idea. Somebody asked that you put the link to the video, and I think you had even shared it in per Monday. Some people just didn't hear or see about it; they didn't care. But then Kevin had his hand up because we have a few minutes. Kevin, do you still want to say something? Kevin.
Yes, OPP, I had a question to our teacher today. In the last 3 days, I've been in the social streets looking for a gift. Someone will be having a birthday very soon.
Okay.
But I've really seen so many new pages, but with so many pictures instantly because of tomorrow and I don't know what's about to happen. So my question is this a good strategy to build a business of targeting specific occasions? It's when you promote your brand or you come up with something, or you ascribe to a position where someone should build business over time.
Now, there's something
That's
we
my
call,
question.
yes, thank you. There's something we call trend surfing. Trend surfing means you're riding on what's trending. So it's an effective strategy. So it's not the only strategy, it's an effective strategy for you to work with. So that's what we call trend surfing. So the people who are targeting tomorrow's event, they're actually right. So and people will leverage on that. There are those who will be targeting Easter. There are those who are targeting Christmas. So it's important that you actually do that. Yeah. So it's an acceptable strategy which you should employ. You should actually be looking at, I usually even for organizations, if you have a social media department, look at the world's events in advance and then trend surf on those events, because there's so much opportunities that go by, especially if you work for an organization in the world. So you need to be on top of things, to know what's happening where, and then align your content and your posts to that. So it's acceptable. It's very acceptable. It's a strategy.
Okay, thank you so much. Guys, kindly, now that we have been told about social media, we have to utilize also the space that we are in. If you're on social media and you're doing something, kindly just share your social media handles on our WhatsApp group. And remember, we have a WhatsApp group. If you are not a part of the WhatsApp and you would love to join, just drop your number, either drop it to me or to Otieno Paul Peter or to Antonia. Somewhere in the chat, Otieno Paul Peter has written our numbers, and we advise that someone joins the WhatsApp group maybe after they have had a session with us.
Thank you for the opportunity. I hope you guys, you can hear me. You can hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much, Isabella. This has been my wake-up call today. Actually, I wish I could put on the video, but unfortunately, I won't be in a position. I have my notebook here. I've taken so many points, and I think I've been sitting on a gold mine on social media. And also, there are some of us who there's so much even to post or even to follow, but every day we are on social media, and also we mentioned social media is an investment because you use data, Wi-Fi, our time, and you're not making any money. And I know people here have so many testimonies of how they've made money, opportunities, partnerships on social media. And now this is the new trend. So thank you so much for enlightening us. We have learned a lot, and you have also challenged us.
We are losing you, Monica. Or is it me?
Oh, Monica Nyaga, we have lost her.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Monica, and our moderator, Noel, Antonia, and all the attendees. Thank you very much, Isabella. I knew you were going to nail it. And now you know, every Wednesday we have that opportunity for people to share what they do. But just a handful always do this, and people take it for granted. Please, it's good to know that you are the first product people buy. Yeah, maybe we will take some a session on selling, which is something I love. You're the first product, and when you are sharing your product, sharing your brand, even on this platform, as Isabella said, when you are not commenting, you're just quiet. It's like you slipped in and slipped out. Yeah, sometimes it's good. You just turn on your video, speak something. Somebody will identify with something you said, and maybe get interested in what you do. Again, Isabella told you it's good to connect. We always start this at 7 sharp. So we have 15 minutes of just getting to know what do you do and things like that. And people who are here earlier, like Nicholas, he shared that he's a dental surgeon, and somebody asked where he's placed and will be visiting, you see. So it's good to take up these opportunities. We are in an era where brick and mortar offices just don't give everything. Yeah, we always share this recording. We have a YouTube platform for all this information. Just follow up, just check information. And for Live Your Dream, our excitement is to share with you information, provide for you a platform to grow, because we want you to live your dream. That is it. That is why we put this. We are not charging you for these sessions. So let's empower each other. Let's continue. And by the way, next week we want to delve deeper into LinkedIn. So be there and be in time. Thank you.
Thank you
Just
so
now.
much. Thank you so much, Otieno Paul Peter. Thank you so much.